Good to see you all. Welcome to the November edition of the Backstage community session. My God, time flies. I was putting together the slides and I was trying to think about KubeCon, and it's already KubeCon in the spring. Time flies. It's surreal how that happens sometimes. Um, we have a Let me share the agenda quickly. We have a short and sweet agenda for today, so that opens more opportunity for questions if you have from the community. But we do have some stuff reserved for the upcoming community sessions, so more stuff will come in the next ones. But as I said, today we have a short and sweet one. I'm going to cover the 145 release highlights. I'm going to make a quick note about BackstageCon, and then we can wrap with some community Q&A as always. Without further ado, I'm just going to go directly into the 145 release, which has been out of the oven as of last night, where we had a couple of interesting updates that are worth calling out. First things first, we've got more Backstage UI updates. I think this shouldn't come as a surprise. We've been rolling them out in the last how many releases now? We keep chipping away at those with each mainline release. But this time around for 145, the UI just got smoother. We've got multiple components migrated to React ARIA components, introducing the new, let's say converted the new avatar and checkbox components in there. And then we also swapped the collapsible for Accordion for better accessibility and structure. This is a breaking change, so please visit the changelog where you can find a little bit more information on how to adjust going forward for these changes. Sorry, apologies. Give me 1 second to admit. There we go. Moving on, we also have an LDAP upgrade in the connector there. Under the hood, the ldapjs has been replaced with the more modern ldapts. We've got more reliability in there and a little bit better for the future proof. Just wanted to call out thank you to Ganiev. Hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. Apologies if I do, for contributing this. Careful though, this is a breaking change. So if you're using those custom transformers, the object reference that you get there has changed. Again, much like the Backstage UI, please visit the changelog where you've got more information about how to sort of like use those new object references parameters. Then moving on, we have two updates on the NFS. And now that I say that out loud, I realize I should really call this, I should stop calling this NFS. It's the new, it's a newly established, how do I say that? I don't know. Keep me accountable. By the time next BackstageCon comes, I should really stop calling this the new Frontend System. It should just be the Frontend System. And the old one should be called Old Frontend System or something like that. I should really stop using it. By now, it's the fourth release, I think, the third release, 42, 43, 40. Yeah, we're I know there's still a lot of issues coming up, but and things where the community is giving us, but yeah, sort of like in a stable release there. So we should adhere to a different terminology. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. There's two updates in there. One is around the plugin extensions. They can now attach to other extensions with the same plugin by kind. This is a step towards a more modular and reusable plugin design. So kind of like improving a little bit how we do that in the future. And then conversely, on the front-end compatibility, we made a pretty significant step in there. The old route refs are now working seamlessly in the new front-end system. So you no longer need to use the convert legacy route ref sort of like system. This obviously ensures a much smoother migration path. Now, a word of warning on this one, it doesn't actually require any sort of action on your end. If you still have those wrappers, it works. If you don't have them, well, now it works without them for those of you that haven't migrated yet. But again, this doesn't impact, this change doesn't really mandate any change on your end, other than just be aware. Basically, the migrations just got smoother and less prone to errors going forward. Moving on, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Configurable DCR tokens. There we go. The dynamic client registration tokens now have configurable expiration times. There's a default up to a value to the default 1 hour, up to 24 for configuring. This obviously adds flexibility for more secure backend integration. Thank you so much, Drodil, for this awesome contribution. Moving on, the Bitbucket one. So this has come up a lot in the issues, or at least the ones in the weeks that I've been doing the triaging for the OSS community repo. I think with the sunsetting of the old app password tokens, this has come up a lot, given how popular Bitbucket is in the community. So yeah, we're saying goodbye to the app password tokens, and we now support the Cloud API native tokens, obviously aligning with the more modern, well, authentication methods, I suppose, that Bitbucket provides in there. And again, given the integration's popularity, I hope this helps a lot. It's been a pretty requested feature in there. Now, last but not least, the two things on the list, the PostgreSQL 18 support. So historically, as far as I'm aware, we're doing the 13 to 17 sort of like range for testing. That has now changed and shifted a little bit towards 14 all the way to 18 range for database compatibility tests. So given that we now support Postgres SQL 18, feel free to run that against your latest database stack to check your stuff in there. So I hope this is useful. Hold on, there we go. And then last but not least, the core services root instance metadata graduated to stable. You can it's now much easier for you to list and manage the installed plugins and modules programmatically. There's only one method in there, obviously for listing this, but more to come in the future. Now, as always, thank you so much through all of you in the community, all the core maintainers, the teams behind it that made this release possible. And let's keep releasing Backstage. That said, I wanted to touch base a little bit more on the recent BackstageCon that happened in Atlanta, but I think most of my team in the open source, if not, I'm not sure if anyone else is in the call, but they're sort of like in a different engagement with the community in the Stockholm office today. So I'm not sure if I'm alone here, but I wanted to
have
kind of
one
like,
here. We're here.
hey, all right,
Oh,
look, okay, sorry, I haven't seen you there. Sorry, there we go. I thought I'm gonna be alone today. I was gonna ask if there's any highlights, Patrik, or I don't know if anyone else is there or things to call out from Atlanta before I make a comment about Amsterdam. Anything
Love
you
the
want to
talks at
share?
BackstageCon.
Sorry?
A lot of good talks.
Awesome. Anything in particular you wanted to call out? Not to put you
I
on the
don't want
spot
to
like
reveal any bias.
that. Ben, I see you unmuted there. Do you want to read your biases?
No, I mean there was a great amount of talks about SysCon actually. Our talk was also good. You should go watch this video whenever it's up. I don't know when that's coming. There's a few overlaps with some demos from BackstageCon and our demo, but we'll get to that.
I was going to say Ben's favorite talk was the one that did the exact same demo as the one he did later.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, go watch that. Spoilers. But yeah, it was good. AI, obviously, a big topic. A lot of conversations around MCP stuff. But yeah, go check out the chats. Go check out the videos from BackstageCon and our talk from KubeCon.
Awesome. Thank you both. No biases in there whatsoever. I'm teasing you. Awesome to hear about that. And I know, speaking of BackstageCon, I was going to say that I started advertising the Atlanta one, I think like 4 months before, and time flew so passed by so fast. So I just wanted to call out that the call for proposals for the actual European one, which happens in Amsterdam in the spring, has already closed. I think a couple of weeks back. I don't remember. But yeah, obviously it's coming upon us. So I just wanted to, I'll do my usual spiel to start advertising these as we go forward. I think we had a large number from us in the community sort of like attending in Atlanta. Historically, I think in the ones in Europe are even more. The audiences are even higher, I think. So hopefully we get to see as many as view as possible in Amsterdam in a couple of months. So just a heads up, that's happening. We're going to be there. And yeah, at some point the schedule will be online, but I think we're still for a couple of months away from that. Cool. That said, as I mentioned, today is a little bit of a shorter, lean agenda. So that leaves us a little bit more time for Q&A in case there is anything you want to bring up. I'll open my chat and I will let anyone else chime in.
I can actually highlight the thing from the release that is a pattern that will continue. This compatibility of route refs in the old system being usable in the new one. That's something we plan to kind of roll out more of, where the old system just seamlessly works with the new one, and you no longer need to use the compatibility wrappers, just to make it a lot easier to migrate really and add support for the new system. Less boilerplate.
When do we stop calling this NFS, Patrik, is the big question.
Soon.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like, we should just
One
hold
time.
ourselves accountable, and everyone in the community, please, let's help us fix all the issues with NFS, channel all of that feedback that I've seen in the issues, and yeah, let's just call it FS going forward, starting in April, and then anything else becomes the old version, just so that we reflect the reality. Cool. I'll pause for a few more minutes. I don't see any questions coming in the meeting chat. I also see we have a lower participation than usual. Let me see. 19. Okay. All right. Well, unless someone's still furiously typing towards the end to wrap, feel free to press enter now. Otherwise, I'm happy to take some time back from everyone. Thank you again for everyone that has helped ship 145, and we'll see you in December. Again, we've got some demos coming up for the upcoming community sessions. So stay tuned for more. Take good care of you, wherever you are. Thank you.